How's it going? Kudo Mal. 10-minute tutorial. I'm going to use the bag in a different way. The bag gets used in very standard ways. So the weight of the bag is obviously the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by imagining that you've got your palms to the rib cage here, okay? And your feet are nice and sturdy on the ground, okay? So your knees are pointing out at 45 degrees, feet the same. Some people consider that like a shikodachi, so like a sumo type stance. This is a 3-section bag, but we need to squat lower, get underneath. I'm going to push the bag weight away from me and get onto the balls of my feet. So now I've got the weight here, okay? So just going to warm the shoulders up by pushing the bag away, keep my chin down, and then start to move my head from side to side. Keeping the pressure on now. Walk my way forwards on my feet, little shoves, and then pushes like so. That's this position, pushing forwards on the ball of the feet, okay, and this angle. Now we're going to start to use a little bit of momentum, and as we slip to each side, so push and then come to the other side, we're trying to accept where the body's going to go, whether we're going to take our head over the shoulder on this side or whether we're going to push and then slip underneath. Okay, so you'll push and then slip underneath the shoulder. Okay, so same thing as before, but this time I'm starting to lift up and the bag will start to move. Next section. So we've got push from this position on the toes. So when I push this time, imagine that you're slipping underneath, this shoulder becomes the strike. Okay, so we push, we come underneath, and then use the raising shoulder. Okay, that's great if you're going to push and then come with your head over the top of the shoulder and use the shoulder as a strike. If you're coming under, you're going to use the shoulder as a lift, okay? So make sure that when you're pushing, go underneath, think of this shoulder here. Not just push and then come over the top like a shoulder. It looks similar, and on the bag you need to understand the difference between the two. Okay, so I'm going to do that slowly. I'm going to push it away, and then I'm going to go over the top into the shoulder. Remember to stay on the balls of your feet. As you push, then shoulder in. Other side, push, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Use the ball of the foot to push and spring. Make this a little bit more explosive. Push, come underneath, push, and then up. Push underneath, push up, push. That's the first thing. Push in, then shoulder. Next one. After we've pushed, sometimes we want to create enough space to come underneath. Striking positions, overhand and underneath. For the karate practitioners, if you think about these angles, okay, this hand changes depending on how it's going to hit somebody, okay, and then this one here, again, changes on the angle, but it's more to do with the body of how far this goes over. So if your head's up like this, it's going to stay up here. This has probably got more of a pulling action rather than a striking action. But when you see a kata that's moving in like this, you start to see that this one's got absolutely nothing to do with striking. When both hands come in together, it's more to do with this top hand. This is a pulling hand, this one's a striking hand. So it's going to be like this. Step my head to the side, this one overhand. So I'm pulling and then hitting, okay? The reason I'm saying for this is when I pull and push, sometimes I'm going to change to the other side. Change to the other side. Okay? So the next technique on the bag comes from what's considered like the ura mawashi, or the reverse side mawashi. So it's coming this way. Okay? If we're doing this leg, then what we're going to try to do is catch the other side of the bag. But obviously it's coming through, okay? the heel's important and the leg wrapping around, but it's the butt that you want to hit with, okay? We may go for soto gari, that if we come down with the leg, or we may just come straight through, depending on the head technique, whether it's haragosh or something like that, but you're literally destroying the balance. First thing, knee, gain distance. Okay, so we drop the knee in, gain distance, come back in. When I've moved in with a knee, or projected a knee, this person's going to feel that it's their turn to attack. Okay, this is why this leg has to come up and engage with the hip here. Okay, so we push with the knee, engage distance here, wrap around. Couple of pointers on this. Once I've come to this side, think of this arm as pulling. Okay, because you're trying to get as much into that as possible. So knee, and then pull and turn. If I'm coming around the outside, you can see that my hip is through that central part here. Okay, follow me on from there. Pass in through. Drop your punch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next technique. This one is going to look a little bit more like a crescent kick. Okay, so it's coming from the back like here. You can see the foot's curved because it's the inside of the leg that we want. Okay, so after curving here, we're going to drop the leg down and then move forwards. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this one is that when I hit here, I'm going to hold on and I'm going to pull with this leg here. Okay, and I'm just going to hop. This is called soto. It's coming to the outside here. Okay, so it's we just kick the leg, make them feel that you're attacking that leg, and then drive forwards, hold on to the back. Okay, so if I'm pulling, I've got my leg here, my head to this side of the body, one's high, one's low, and the position of the foot means that I'm going to fall, okay, and I'm going to take the person with me. So I'm trapping and pulling the leg away from them. So try that again. So you go here, 1, hold, 3 times. So when you're wrapping the leg and you've got your hip engaged, the leg around, if we're trying to throw this way, that's the way that we need to be looking and twisting for. If we're trying to go this way, we can just turn back into the motion and then try to go to take them to the floor. So there you go. There's the 10-minute tutorial. I hope you enjoyed what we did using the bag, and I hope it's helpful right now because there's a lot of solo practice that needs to be done. It's very difficult for any practitioner that needs a partner because you're not grabbing things and you haven't got that resistance you would normally have. But you can turn those kicks into very good, powerful setups if you understand what you're doing, and I'm sure you do. Please like and subscribe. with over 600 members. I want to keep it going. If you're interested in being on the channel as well, I'm really happy to share other people's work. Yeah, just get in touch.